Good evening, Wall Street Pete. Sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto? Well, you hit that like, you hit that subscribe. Talking about going on a ride, talking about going to the moon, and damn, hopefully we're going soon. How is everybody doing this evening? Yes, we do have an evening video. This is really happening. Wall Street Pete bringing to you live. I hope everybody, if you get a chance, please smash that like button. We're going to talk about Solana this evening. We're going to talk about a couple other things. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin price, right? How important it is, this pattern. We talked about that earlier today. But how Ethereum, I was watching Ethereum. I was watching its growth, right? We talked about this March 1st. Let's see, 2017. $30 Ethereum. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about how I think that Solana is really on pace to take these next steps, and how important Solana. I mean, I used to think that Cardano was number 3, the Sun. I'm really starting to think that Solana really is the number 3 asset after Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if you pay attention to the growth all the way back to 2017 with Ethereum, topping out to the 1393, came back down. As you can see, I have videos, $100. I have videos of me talking in October, somewhere around there, 2020, in this exact channel, somewhere in here saying that, I really strongly feel that this is the last days for Ethereum to be under $1,000, $1,000 per, and that was right about after this. And you can see January 2021, that was the last few times we actually seen this. And then coming in, as you know here, well, that was definitely the last time Ethereum has ever seen that low of a price. So we're going to talk about that with Solana. I hope you're excited. Come on over, hit the like and subscribe. Become a member today. Become a member tonight if it's the evening for you on the East Coast over here. Wall Street, Be Signal, and Crypto. Thank you so much for becoming part of the Wolves. And Reddick buys Bitcoin. Ethereum and Matic reveals new IPO filing with the SEC. So if you're interested in crypto news, keeping you up to date, you worked hard all day. What's up, Josh D? Nice to have you in the Super Chat and in the live. Reddick has officially submitted the S1 with the Securities Exchange Commission. So they do make a statement. We are invested. We invested some of our excess cash reserves in Bitcoin and Ether, and also acquired Ether and Matic as a form of payment for sales of certain virtual goods, which we may continue to do in the future, the filing stated. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really excited if you read the rest of the article, what they talk about with their future. This is exciting. And looking forward, Reddick is set to list on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker RDDT. So if you do get a chance, please right now, smash the friggin' like button 100 times if you can. I don't care how many times. Don't undo it. But we're going to talk about some things I think is very important. And I'm glad we're going over it. And we're going to do as much and many lives and videos as we possibly can. So stick with us and we're going to go over it. Solana, Solana has a new phone. Solana has another different thing than Ethereum. These airdrops come out like Bonk. What do we talk about? Judo, JTO, and things like that. And you want to be the first person to be able to get in. Well, let's talk about it. Solana, you can call me on my cell phone. We know that. I do think that 989 is a joke. I think that's where Ethereum was before it really started picking up. And we're going to keep going and talk about it. So please understand what we go through. Right here, this Bitcoin chart, we're going to go over that actually right now. I actually don't even need to do any more. Ethereum chart, we talked about that, and we talked about this rising channel in January of 2023, how beautiful it was, and finally breaking out of that trend. So that's big news as well. Bitcoin, this morning we did have a live, right? We talked much about Bitcoin and how important it is. If we can get to the chart, if we can get to where we are here, excuse me just a second. And there we are. So Bitcoin right now, and I'm going to do Solana finally as the last one. You can see what's going on. Looking at a 4-hourly, and this kind of looks like a descending. I'm actually concerned for one of the first times in a while. I'm getting a little bearish here looking at this particular pattern. I do see this, and many, many times have I seen where it looked like a bullish flag to me. I got confused, and then all of a sudden it just came down and really got me dirty, which is 48,000 right about here. So very important to really talk about it and see what could happen as you continue to come all the way through to here, if that could happen. So Bitcoin is giving and showing a little bit of that, but until that happens, until the finish below or break down below, I can't panic. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta keep your common sense. You got to understand that the pattern does look a little bullish as we continue to come down a little more and more each time, but we will not make any moves until we get a confirmation of explaining that, hey, we're coming down, we're breaking through this pattern of major support. You can see how important it is, dating back all the way to the 17th of Saturday, and then it started all the way to the 14th, Valentine's Day. So really think about that, my sweethearts. No, definitely was a joke. All right, so let's go on now. As we're talking about Solana being a big deal, I don't have such a nice pattern, nice picture here. This is a weekly, but I'm trying to explain to you what we could do and how the big moves are coming up in the last run. And you can see we came all the way up here, and I'm looking at the history. That's what you got to do, right? If you want to really pay attention to what something's done, what something's going to do, well, you got to see what it's done, right? If you're a lazy slacker, well, most likely that's the type of person you are. You're not going to change, right? Solana does have issues. We did have some connecting issues, but let's talk about high prices. $256, and like I said, this something reminds me of what Ethereum did back in the day, coming down all the way. You can see here right out of nothing, and you do know we could have bought it for $9 in this last bear market, which is kind of annoying, right? Only in January of 2023 could you have bought it so low, and 2023, this is pretty much the year we were just in. So $9. Could you imagine all the way down to where we are, all the way up to where we are now? And now getting a little bit of a retracement. You can see double top coming. So a lot of these things are showing some bearish signs. A little concern on that end. So that is definitely something to be paying close attention to. Each candle represents a week. That's what I'm showing here for Solana. But when we do start bouncing up to the upward, even if we come all the way down to $81, imagine that. That's a possibility there. Looking at this chart, I have 81 and I do have 96 here. We'll get to 97 first. That'll be very important. Nice to see you in the Super Chat, Knox Bill. But those are very important pullbacks. So please get rid of all the garbage I have. I was just trading on leverage, and that's obvious why this is such a mess. Some people look at this and go, well, look like a 3-year-old was here. Yeah, 3-year-old might have been here. It does seem like that. But Solana, like I said, I'm very excited. I cannot wait for the next move. We know 140 plus is the move, but we got to be careful. Double top, 100%. That's a double top, ladies and gentlemen, if I ever did see one. So the only thing stopping this from coming down is pretty much this area. We're waiting for that to confirm. That's what's going on right now. We are holding strong, but if we do come down, I have 2 levels I'll be dollar cost averaging in at. 2 levels for Solana. It's totally up to you. It's not financial advice. Cinnamon twice as nice. Go sold to the man in the back there for $81.60 and then perhaps $96.6. So those are the 2 that I'll be coming back and through. Now let's talk a little bit about this. I wanted to do Jasmy. Can't mess around with it too much because the VPN just kicked me out. Kind of annoyed. But if we were to get a pullback, it looks like we're not getting it. And of course, I'm stuck on the 4-hourly, you son of a beach. There was a thing I was doing here, and it was enabling me to do Jasmy tonight. And I was pretty excited to be able to do that. But unfortunately, the VPN has me messed up. So let's see if we can get it back. Let's see if we can get it back. Give me 1 second here. Do we get Jasmy back? Of course we don't. I don't know why it does this. So I found a way to glitch it. Because what happens is I have like 400 tickers. And after you even buy it, you can't have that many tickers. It won't allow you. Yeah, we can't do Jasmy. Well, that's unfortunate right now. I will do a short on Jasmy. I want to catch up on it because I think it's very important to do a short on Jasmy. So we're going to have to do a short on Jasmy coming further. 100%. Let me know what you guys feel about that. But talking about the total market cap, we have 1.97 trillion market cap. So really nothing to get concerned about. Let's do a little refresh, double check that. And yes, 1.97. So even if the prices are falling just a little bit, some of the altcoins are doing that. I was paying attention to IMX. Filecoin had a wonderful day, right? Look at Avalanche sneaking back, maybe coming back. You can see a lot of things have been doing not much. Chainlink in the last 7 days has been down 8%. Avalanche 11.5 in the last week. So the last week, a couple of these things have been going down. You can see what Filecoin did. Like I said, today Filecoin did 15.5% in a loan. And looking at the last week, you can see combine that together, we're talking about 40%. Filecoin and Solana have integrated. So you would have known that if you followed us on this channel. We've talked about that and covered it as well. We can only, we only do so many videos. We're not doing 100 videos a day. It can't be impossible to keep up with the show. Optimism looking like we're down in the last week. Hedera looking pretty nice, huh? Doing the same kind of sort of thing, 35.5%. So this is a nice little place to go to. Crypto bubble, that's another great, wonderful place. But just going over a few, I wanted to go over Jasmine. A little disappointed about it, was not able to. But the more and more I talk about Ethereum, the more and more I look at it. I'll tell you, Solana is special, and it doesn't mean it's going to overtake. It doesn't necessarily, see, the VPN's kicking ass. It takes me out and it lags me a little bit, but it's very important to have. It's really important to talk about it. That's why I wanted to do this video. That's why I wanted to say Solana. I think Solana is going to definitely, when it gets to these all-time highs, you'll see a little slight rejection. But this is where I'm concerned out. If you look at this on the weekly, Ethereum has that, and that's what a couple things are doing here. You see this M pattern. It concerns me very much. Ethereum isn't in that stage. We have nothing to worry about, but we do have a couple other assets that you saw showing a double top M, which is very, very bearish. Not this bearish. This is when we actually had that bear market. So please be careful trading. NordVPN is very helpful. You can see what it's doing. It's actually kicking me out on some of these what do you call it, the internet that I have applications here open, the browser, but that's okay. We have this M pattern showing you. I'm trying to tell you to be careful because we could get this fall through. And if we do, I don't think we're going to really stop. You can see about 49.8 touch. That'll be a quick touch, and then we'll get that M coming straight through. So it makes sense if this is what's happening. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, that 49. And then I do think that that's where we'll get the inverted head. And then you'll get some type of shoulder fighting, and then that's when we'll be back off to the races, and you will be full once again, definitely once again. That is a huge possibility. That's actually what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. I apologize. I'll probably take Jasmine out of the title since it already did what it did. But I kind of had that for you here already showing you, and this would be an upward W, right? If you pay attention, definitely imagine major resort resistance, and you would think we're out of it again, right shoulder, and that's where it's coming. That's pretty much what I'm showing you here. That's the W. So it's how it works. Very bearish at first, getting you out of the game. I would love to stop at the 49. That would be fantastic. I would love to not even go here. I would love to just say that none of this is going to happen and that we are in a good buying zone right here, but it just started. I'm not really interested. Last time we got a move down from there, it was just all the way up to hit resistance again at the 52.5. So maybe we hit the 52.5 again. But got to pay attention, got to be patient. It's all about patience, guys. I learned about that today. I had someone that I care for in the crypto space, and I want them to be very successful in life, crypto, and they got liquidated all their funds, and it was very hurtful. It happened to me a couple of days ago. Not the way I wanted it to pan out. I had fat fingers, and I actually did get liquidated. I was pretty pissed off, but right now I am longing Solana at 103-ish. I'm hoping I could somehow come back. I'm down a couple of bucks, but it's lower leverage, and I'm dollar cost averaging in. So basically what I'm doing is I'm dumping money into it, getting a maximum. So this is one way to trade on leverage. And it's not financial advice. Nothing I say really is, but this may help you out. So I'm glad you stuck to the end. We're going to get ready to go, but listen to this. This may be one of the best tips in trading crypto on leverage I've ever experienced, ever given out in my entire life. A lot of you want to hit the home runs. A lot of you want to get that money right now. I want to make $3,000 on a move right now. Right now. I want the $3,000 right now. $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, right? Then build it to 200. The problem is that we all want to do that. You have to understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. Those sayings are not just saying for fun. Life is short. All these sayings are not fucking for fun. It's a real saying. So the point of what I'm getting at is when you're trading on leverage, you need to understand, and this is a very important tip, I should charge for it, that you need to do low leverage. A lot of people don't get it. And I'm not done. I'm going to keep telling you more and more. You have to keep adding. Put the auto margin on. What happens, and I don't suggest this with anything usually, but the auto margin, every time you're about to get liquidated, it puts you back in on the minimum amount of money before you get smacked. That's what I want to tell you. So what happens is if I have 100, say I have 4,000 or something ridiculous, right? Trading on leverage. I have Solana. I'm at 103 right now. Let's take a look at it. I'm at 103, and I know that this pattern's coming. Because why? Because I follow Wall Street Pete, and I think that this is a big possibility. And what's happening now, and you can see the bottom zone here. I love it. The last few times we got that, we did get a pull-up. Doesn't mean we're going to get it, but I like where we're at right now. So what it does is every time I fall to get liquidated, right now my next liquidation is under 100. It'll put me in for a few bucks, the minimum amount, and keep me in my liquidation from being liquidated. When this does this move, oh wow, I'm not even in the live, I'm sorry. When this does this move, You are going to be so happy. You're going to be so profitable. You're going to take profits too soon. Now, the major thing is, if anybody's watching on the Solana, if you want to get in on this trade coming soon, and I suggest you always dollar cost average, you're buying every time you see the price going down. Guess what? It's happening right now. The price is going down. If you pay attention to the daily, that's all you got to do is, what is the price of the daily? We've been falling. Well, we got a new daily here on this candle, and if you pay attention to the last one, right? If you pay attention to the last one, you see we've dipped all the way down to $100.50. So what you need to find yourself figuring out is, do we hold above that price, or do we create a new lower low on the daily? If we do, that's very bearish. If we stay above, and now we have 14 hours, unfortunately, this is going to be a long time. We have 14 hours to find out if we're going to be trading in the reversal. But you could see what's going on. Each time that we did that new lower low, you could tell what's happening. It's starting to maybe reverse. That's what you need to pay attention to. That's one of the small tips. That is not everything trading crypto, but that's very important trading on leverage. A lot of people don't get it, but you keep putting money in and you will eventually come back. And what you'll do is you'll close a little bit of it to make some profits. It's very important. I've seen people, what they do is they keep auto margin in big positions at 50 times, 100 times leverage. What happens? They keep auto margining in, and then eventually their entire balance is gone. You can't do that with high leverage. It's impossible. So what happens? I suggest you take 10, 15, max 25 leverage, and that's where you'll be able to survive on these epic falls if they were to happen. Now, this is what I like to tell everyone. I win if it fucking falls, and I win if it obviously goes up or in the direction. If I'm shorting and I want it to go down, then I win, of course, automatically. My point is if I'm longing this, I win either way this goes. Why? Because I build this up. Every time I'm longing and this price goes down, I'm buying more. I'm not getting liquidated. I'm buying more. You only lose if you sell, ladies and gentlemen. You only lose if you get out of the position. Now, you could lose your shirt. That's why I say very minimal leverage. Easy on the leverage. The leverage only gets you the money faster. If you're a patient trader and you know exactly that, well, patience is a virtue, and I'll get there. Another wonderful saying. This will eventually start going, inverted head. Then you'll get to your shoulder, and then you'll realize, I can take profits here. I do realize, oh, okay, so maybe I will put the title and take out Jasmine, say how to dollar cost average out at the end of this video, because that was probably one of the best ways to dollar cost average into a falling crypto asset, into a falling asset in general. What will happen is this is only if you believe in the trend flip too. If we're talking about a rug pull, well, then your money's gone no matter what time of leverage, no matter how many leverage, your money is gone. So just letting people know, there is always a way to be successful trading on leverage. Spot buying is fantastic too, but even that is hurtful for many people. So Wall Street Pete's sick though in crypto. I hope that this video was helpful to many of you. I'm going to change the title to how to dollar cost average out at the end, using Solana as an example, because I thought that was an excellent method. You let me know what you thought about. Thanks, Knoxville, for the comment. See you in the next video, and hopefully that is tomorrow morning. Take care, guys. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you so much.